Bye.
Sorry about that.
Can't tell.
Not sorry, but
Can't tell.
no, I'm talking about the uniform. For lack of uniform, I just
It's for Bruce.
What's that?
It's for Bruce.
Yeah, for Bruce. Brought to you by Bruce now. Now we had a little family emergency. Somebody went into a ditch, and so with the snow, so I changed. Anyway,
All good. Everybody's good.
yeah, everybody's good. Nobody's hurt. It's just a black eye situation. Anyway, so tonight what I did is a Tanya Ahrens, bless her heart, I love her, from Taekwondo school
NMC.
at NMC, the group there. She posted a story about how the belts got their colors, and I went on there and told her I got a different story that I'd like to share with you about that too. And with regards, it's and it's a story. I'm sure there's little truth in it, but it's absolutely 100% true. And then I'm going to share with you a little story I also heard about the rink and why it's Q and Don, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But on the weapons and the video workshops, I want to give you a little bit of that. So I've got the 3 videos out: Kenpo knife, Kenpo firearms, Kenpo Chin Na Jiu-Jitsu. And what I want you to know about the Chin Na, or the Jiu-Jitsu, Kenpo Jiu-Jitsu, is it's not a fad. I mean, Jiu-Jitsu became a fad, just like, martial arts has a lot of fads that pop back up. But if you go back before Parker to Tosi, and you see Kenpo Jiu-Jitsu, you'll see it in there. But Jiu-Jitsu and Chin Na, while they're very similar, are also very different. And with your Kenpo, now if you're not Kenpo, you have self-defense techniques, your 1 and 2 step sparring, your 3-step sparring, or your drills that you do. Kenpo, we have our techniques. You can take any technique, and this is what you'll find in my videos. First, let me show you a Chin Na, okay? The very most common Chin Na that we teach, and it's the first one I teach FBI, it's the first one I teach SWAT, is Japanese hand. You've heard it. I don't even know if Japanese hand exists in the NCKKA anymore, but it was the L-lock, the L-lock, the L-lock. I'm not going to go into great detail here, just suffice it to say that people get this wrong all the time. If you know how to do it right, it doesn't take much to make it work. But that's it. And you can find it everywhere, which is my main theory of the Chin Na, Kenpo Chin Na. So he punches, I block it, and I find Chin Na. He grabs, and we do delayed sword, and I go 1, 2, 3, and I find Chin Na, and you can take him down. Well, that's true with every Chin Na that you find in Chin Na, okay? So when you're doing your Kenpo techniques, even 5 swords, and we always harp about, and I know it's echoey, the sound is terrible in here. We always talk about they throw a punch, and then they leave it there while you do your technique. It's a point of reference. He's going to move, depending on how fast you are, but as he moves, even if he re-engages and starts to grab, that's what you want, because the second they put that target there, you have Chin Na. Chin Na is not just for fingers, wrist, hand, elbows, and shoulders. It encompasses the whole body. And if you get the video, you'll see pieces of that. So let's do a little weapons too. You got your knife? It's just one of the knife drills that I'm having my higher ranks work on this week. It's a drill. It's a low stab, which means below the diaphragm, and it's a poking stab. This one. It can be translated into many different things. I actually just saw a video that the Traverse City people shared. I think it was the Traverse City people, self-defense people, where some guy is giving another guy flowers in China. You didn't watch it? You left the office first. Okay. Hands him flowers, has him sign for it, and while he's signing and looking at the flowers, the guy reaches in his bag, the delivery boy reaches in his bag, pulls out a knife like this, and stabs him right in the heart. Wow. I mean, just, here you go, here's some flowers. Oh, thank you. Sorry, that's politically incorrect. Dui-buchi. And stabs him right in the heart. Anyway, so he's going to poke, and what we're going to do is we're going to trap with the backside of the knife. We're going to pull, slice, and stab, and boy, look what I have right there. We'll do that again. He goes to stab, I hook and trap just the outside of the blade. I'm not going to try and chase it. He's probably going to pull it back. When he pulls it back, I'm grabbing the thumb, look at the cutting edge of my blade, slice, stab. Japanese hand. So magically, I combine Kenpo, Chin Na, and weapons all in one move. How about that? Okay, let's get a story and I'll let you go.
That's a whole nother video.
It's a whole nother video. No, you just take all 3 videos and you crumble them all together, and then you get all that kind of stuff. All right, so here's the story. Can you go get me my 93 belt? It's the one that's turning most white. It's hanging right behind in my office, right behind my chair, the desk. So, the colors of the belts. And in Kenpo, it's different than other arts, but I think everybody's kind of on the same page up until red belt. And with me, my experience with red belt was, I came across a school one time who were selling lessons. Karate instructors wanted no experience necessary. I'm not kidding, that's the ad that was run in the newspaper. And when we talked to the guy, he would have his teachers put on a red belt. And I asked him why. I was already a black belt at the time in Kenpo when I went to talk to him. And he was teaching Kenpo. I'm not going to say his name, Barry Bernstein, just to save the innocent. But he said we wear red belts, so when people ask what belt you are, you tell them I'm working on my black. You could have been a white belt, teaching a white belt, but you're wearing a red belt. So I have a different association with red belts than most people. No, my belt. He brings my certificate. No, the belt that's hanging up. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. It's the one that I wore the most, the white shoulder. Okay, so here are the belts. Everybody starts out as a white belt. Given? Good. The story goes like this. When you decide you're going to train in martial arts, the first thing you need to do is find an instructor who's going to accept you as a student. So you find the instructor, he accepts you as a student, you more than likely find a place to work out. You're a white belt, right? Back in the old days, you would find a nice grass hill outside to work out in, or a grass area to work out in. If you'll just hold it for me. You go and you work out in the grass, and your belt is white. Well, after a few years of getting thrown down and kicked in the grass, and you can wash your uniform, please wash your uniform, but you don't wash your belt. Eventually your belt turns green, right, from all the grass stains. Well, from the years of working out on the grass dies off and leaves dirt. Well, you don't go inside because there's no grass, you continue to train, and because you're a student of the instructor, he throws you down, kicks you around, knocks you around in the dirt, and you accept it and you have fun with it. Eventually, you wash your uniform, but you don't wash your belt, so your belt becomes brown. Well, it obviously rains and snows, and you work out in the mud and the muck, and pretty soon that brown turns to black. Well, you still don't wash your belt. You wash your uniform, but you don't wash your belt. And eventually, your black belt will turn back to white. And that was the story I was taught of the colors of the belt. Now, with Q and Dan, I always wondered, why the lower ranks, white through brown, you went backwards. 9th Q, 8th Q, 7th Q, 6th Q, 5th Q, all the way to 1st Q. And I asked, what was that about? Well, to me, it was told that Q was step and Dan was level. I recently learned that actually Q means level, I think, but I'm going to tell you the way I learned it. So Q was step. So for me, what the story was told, when you start, you're in the basement, 9th Q, and you work your way up the steps, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, all the way to the first floor, and that becomes black belt, first Dan. And then you head up those steps, 2nd Dan, 3rd Dan, 4th Dan, all the way to the top to where you get to 10th Dan. Then there's a door, and you open the door, and you find yourself in the basement. Anyway, those are the two stories that I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you enjoyed the technique. If you want to see something specific, give me a call or send me a message, and we'll do it next week. I love you guys. I'm offering free coaching. If you guys know what a life coach is, I don't know if you're interested in that or not, for the month of November, to help you understand, to help people understand what actually a life coach does. Takes you to the next level of greatness, can help you achieve whatever ranks you're looking for, your health, your fitness, your finances, your relationships. If you're interested in that, give me a call. I'll $500 an hour, free, for the month of November. All I ask is at the end, if I do something spectacular for you, you share that with other people. Send them my information, let them know how to get in touch with me and help me out, help me find some clients. But it is going to cost you. You have to reach out. You have to schedule an appointment with me. you have to show up. All right. I love you guys. Have a great night. Jim Adkins here. We'll talk to you later. Thank you guys.